Hi, everybody. Hi, Dawn, Steve.
Alistair.
We're all right. We had a good week.
I wasn't until I tried that shit.
Well, it's been a good week, hasn't it? Got to have a laugh at this week, haven't you? Have you? Right, before we start, right, does anybody know what the hell is a raccoon dog? Just, has anybody ever heard of a raccoon dog? Now, I'm not saying they don't exist, but I've never heard of a raccoon dog. Never. But if it takes the narrative,
they had some strange looking puppy dog things on the screen, didn't they? While I was trying to explain it, but they just don't.
Right.
I'm sorry.
They
just look like dogs that have been painted.
It looks like somebody's photoshopped a raccoon's head on a dog's body. And they're supposed to be part of the fox family. I've never heard of them, but this is the new, allegedly, where they're getting away from, it came from a lab. That excuse.
The wet market didn't work. The peddling didn't work.
Yeah.
So now they seem to be trying a new one, and it's just like...
Anyway, that's out of the way. I just wanted to know if anybody has ever seen a raccoon dog or ever heard of a raccoon dog. You just can't write this shit, can you?
Yeah, what about that other mad thing that we found out?
Which one?
The one with the women going through menopause.
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of that fucking tablet that they was giving everyone, and they've just repackaged Prozac?
Semi-Fen or something. What's that big pharma company? It's like a woman's name. Can't remember. Fucking somebody will put it up.
But it was something like Fen on it. Was it Semi-Fen or something like that? This tablet, and all it was actually was Prozac fucking repackaged. So they're just giving hormonal women Prozac. Wow.
They never changed anything in it. They actually just, the only thing they changed was the outer casing to a pink and purple outer casing.
Put the different name on the packaging.
And put the different name on the packaging. And never told anybody. Molly.
Just prescribed it.
Just prescribed it. And it was just Prozac. So they was giving a load of
hormonal women Prozac. Well done, guys. Absolutely fantastic. That's more dangerous as a pandemic than fucking. That's it.
I can't think of the big pharma name. Hello, Steve. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
How's it going up there in the land of fucking lunacy?
Fucking cold.
Yeah. I've been watching this. What? That's football. Yeah, I've been watching the SNP's twos and fro's. It's quite hilarious, isn't it? Did you? I watched the video when what's that? Usa Masafusu who's running for the leader.
Oh, hang on.
Molly.
What's that got? Now give up. Stop being.
Wow.
Only ever seen him on pictures. I think that's only the ever second picture I've seen of one, but.
Yeah, what's his name? That guy who wants to take it. You see. I don't know.
You seen something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Some fucking twat.
It's just fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
I just laugh at him.
He was the guy who was responsible for you bastards not allowed to upset anybody, even in your own house. You know what I mean?
If I want to upset somebody in my own house, I fucking will. I don't give a fuck.
You could go to jail for that up there, you know. Eh?
They won't put me in a jail because I'm too loony.
Yeah, fucking hell. Well, I just don't understand.
Oh,
I just don't understand.
It's fucking madness.
Everything that's going on in the world.
That's a clever idea, isn't
it? What are you doing?
Sticking the fucking pedals to me fun.
All right. So it's just lunacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are fucked at Scotland. I mean, the whole Wales fucked anyway, aren't we? We're all. You just wake up in the morning and you think, oh, fuck, I can't believe this. But I've got to believe it because it's just there. And
I just wake up in the morning and think, when the world's going to stop spinning so I can get off.
Yeah. Just go down fucking laughing.
Oh, it's just fucking.
Yeah. If I want to see if Matt can find a picture of a raccoon dog. I can't get over raccoon dogs.
Yeah, you're a little bit obsessed, aren't you now, boss?
Yeah, John, yeah. I think we've all been there, mate. I think that's just not exclusive to you. I think all blokes have done that. Whatever gender.
Just when you wake up in the morning, innit, and you're fucking stuck under her arm.
You know, you have to chop your arm off to get out of bed so you don't have to wake it up. That's really rough when you have to do that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the joys of makeup, that, because it looks gorgeous. Makeup and about 20 pounds, right? Disillusions everybody. I don't give a shit what you say. Because when you wake up with the roughest thing in the world next to you in the morning, and it wasn't like that when you went to bed, no matter how many fucking parts you've had. Yeah, we've all been there, John.
Richard Branson's now opening up a Edinburgh Virgin Hotel.
The what?
He's opening up a hotel. He's going into the hotel business, and he's opening up hotels in Scotland now. Oh, God. Richard Branson.
Oh, my
God.
Yeah, Virgin's Hotel, they're called.
Have you, what's his name? Thunderfoot.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Thunderfoot?
Oh,
right. Look,
what the fuck?
That, right?
I call bullshit.
I'm calling bullshit on it, right? Good Photoshop, that. But, right? Where did the fucking come from? I mean.
Oh, you know, raccoon dogs.
Right. It's a cross between a raccoon and a dog, and it's from the fox family. Do they have them in fucking China? I'm just asking. I don't think they have raccoons, and I don't think they have foxes. So how the fuck have they got an animal that looks like a raccoon and looks like a dog, which they don't have in China? And that's what they're now saying the coronavirus came from. What the fuck? Really? It's just getting comical now, isn't it? You know when they say something and you know they're lying,
no,
right?
In the mouth. That's why we know that.
Yeah, you know they're lying, but it does sound like it could be feasible. Yeah, right. You know they're lying, but there's some kind of way that they can twist it to make it sound like sense, right? You come up with it didn't come from the wet man.
Oh my God! What the fuck? Oh my God!
It's me in the morning.
No,
looks like my ex on a bad day. That does.
Right. So you just think, right? We know you're lying. You're full of shit. But this, right? It's ridiculous now because none of it makes any fucking sense, does it?
No.
You think, well, even if you're an idiot, you would not believe that. If you was locked up in an institution with a load of other nutcases and you was like gattled up, right? Yes, you would not fucking believe that. Some of it just
need like guts,
right? You wouldn't even put in a fairy tale.
No.
This shit you won't put in a fairy tale.
Rocket would be pissed off with that attempt, wouldn't he?
Rocket out of Guardians of the Galaxy. Fucking, you know. So, what do you do? What do you do now? Every time you turn something on, there's some fucking bollocks. Mind you, the Dutch have had a fucking a good turnout, haven't they? elections.
Yeah.
We've got all the farmers, BBB, was it the BBB party?
Blame me
for COVID.
You know.
It looks like he's died of COVID.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, the farmers in Holland have kicked off that much. Yeah, they've gone right, and they've gone to Parliament, and they've elected 17, was it 17 or 18 seats, which is more than that idiot who's running the place now that's causing all this shit anyway. Trudeau's mate, because Trudeau's going to bring this in Canada.
Trudeau's a dickhead.
So,
with a French
did you lie to Parliament?
Or did he lie? That was the question facing Boris Johnson today, as he headed towards Parliament for an hours-long grilling by MPs. A grilling that began with an oath.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give for this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Addressing MPs who are investigating whether he misled Parliament when he said there were no parties, guidance had always been followed, Mr Johnson began.
I am here to say to you, hand on heart, that I did not lie to the House. When those statements were made, they were made in good faith and on the basis of what I honestly knew and believed at the time.
He urged the 7 members of Parliament's Privileges Committee not to trust his former chief aide, Dominic Cummings.
He has every motive to lie.
And then turned to the first part of his defence, focusing on the layout of number 10 Downing Street.
It's a cramped, narrow 18th century townhouse. We had no choice but to meet day in, day out, 7 days a week in an unrelenting battle against COVID. I had to call many meetings on the spot and to call make a great many high-speed decisions.
But was he really making high-speed decisions in this first image pulled up by the committee? Was this leaving drink for then Director of Communications Lee Kane really necessary?
2 senior officials senior advisors in government had left their jobs in very, very difficult and challenging circumstances. And it was necessary to steady the ship. It was necessary to show that there was no rancour, that the business of the government was being carried on.
Mr Johnson argued that social distancing was maintained to the best of their ability.
You can't expect human beings in an environment like number 10 to have, as it were, a invisible electrified fence around them. They will occasionally drift into each other's orbit.
The comment angered bereaved families, and there was plenty of scepticism from this committee as well.
But I don't think we agree with your interpretation of the guidance.
There's a gathering taking place with between 25 and 40 people. You had clear direct line of sight.
Why didn't you correct the record then? Because that would have been an obvious thing to do.
She was not asking whether you organised the trestle tables with the alcohol on it. She was asking whether you saw the trestle tables with the alcohol.
I did see. I don't remember what exactly was on the trestle tables. I know that people around the country will look at those events and think they look like the very kind of events that we or I were forbidding to everyone else. But I will believe till the day I die that it was my job to thank staff for what they had done.
And there was this repeated gripe.
People who say that we were partying in lockdown simply do not know what they are talking about.
Mr Johnson, who occasionally consulted the lawyers flanking him, had another defence, that he had been assured the gatherings had not broken the rules.
Who were the officials who gave these assurances?
Well, I can't name these
Name
officials.
me one.
I don't know if I can.
And then another question from another Conservative that led to some anger.
I put it to you, Mr Johnson, you did not take proper advice.
I asked, I did say, this is complete nonsense. I mean, complete nonsense. I asked the relevant people. They were senior people. They'd been working very hard.
And back he came to that key defence, that to him, the Downing Street gatherings were not parties. But they did force Boris Johnson out of this building. What will they now mean for the rest of his political career? Anushka Astana, ITV News.
We avoided physical contact. We didn't, for instance, as the guidance says, we didn't touch each other's pens. We didn't pass stuff to each other if we could possibly avoid it. We kept. Though not every, I would not wish to say that was perfectly implemented.
Presumably, people were passing drinks to each other because we've seen the picture.
Of course, and I'm not. And this is guidance. This is guidance, and I'm not going to pretend that it was enforced rigidly. But that's explicitly what the guidance provides for.
I didn't do it. But if I did do it, not that I did do it, I don't remember not doing it, so I didn't mean to say I didn't do it. Or if I did, I didn't knowingly do it, even if I did do it, which I didn't do it. Or it may have been the other way around, I can't recall, doesn't matter. And anyway, you lot are all bent as corkscrews wrapped in 9-bob notes. Not entirely convincing.
He just...
Have you noticed, though? Have you noticed? Right, he never said I didn't break the law. They said it was the Coronavirus Act was put into law, right? But not once, right? He said rules and he said it's guidance. So all them people, right, that fucking got fined for doing less than that fucking set of wankers did, right? Want to be getting the fucking money back and saying, hang on a minute.
Yeah, also, he said at the beginning of...
It was guidance. People try to give me guidance and don't fucking listen, right?
When they asked him about what was on the table, that he said that he acknowledged what was on the table, but then he retracted it and said he didn't know what was. Like, well, hang on, you either did or you fucking didn't, mate. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you passed drink. Yeah, but well, look, it's
guidance.
Well,
we did touch each other's pencils.
Pens.
Fucking dirty bastards.
It's a joke, innit? Do you know what? Nothing ever fucking happens to him. All right, he loses his job and he has to go and earn millions doing
fuck all.
Talks to fucking silly little wankers who want to depopulate the earth and people who think he's funny. I think he's talking two words together. And what did you do? They made him the foreign secretary once, didn't they? The foreign secretary.
He was also the mayor of London at one point.
Yeah, well.
Maybe he should have carried on doing that.
Yeah, well, at least he was better at it than.
Well,
when he bought all them
what he was good at.
Do you remember when he bought all them water cannons to stop protests?
Oh,
Can you imagine Sadiq Khan keeping them and sending them out on the streets? Can you imagine how much they'd use in the ULEZ tax?
He sold them.
Yeah.
It's just
so nobody can come into London now by fucking expanding the ULEZ fucking scheme. Fucking hell. And then he blamed Boris Johnson. Hey, did you see what he called all them people that he had a meeting? Did you see it? When there was all booing him, right? And then he says, if you don't agree with ULEZ, you're far right, you're an anti-vaxxer and a COVID denier. What? They just get up and say anything that pops into the man. Hello. It's Bobby, innit? Hiya, Bob.
Yeah, hi, mate. How you doing? How's everyone?
Yeah, we're good, mate. Yeah. You got to have your welding flash.
No, my eyes still killing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mate, it's horrible, that, isn't it? I used to get it all.
It's one of the worst fucking things you can ever go through. You can't see jack shit for.
Yeah, your eyes just stream. You can't have the curtains open. You've got to wear sunglasses. Mate, it's horrible, isn't it?
Oh, I get up with migraines. It's fucking terrible, it is.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the mask function. I've got one of those masks where it's supposed to go black when you use it, but you still can see out.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did it work?
You can see out. So next minute my eye started burning. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's no. I've had a few of them, mate. I used to work in the main jig, making the containers that the immigrants come in. I mean, that go on the back of. And
how quickly you fucking twisted that around.
That just slips out. I didn't mean to say immigrants. I meant to say engineers and doctors.
You liar.
Yeah.
It's a trend in all the countries that have come out of the dark period of communism and that are trying to catch up with what has always been our horizon, looking to the developed countries. And you cannot stop young people dream and hope. So because, okay, Albania is one case, but there are other cases. For example, Croatia. Croatia today is fully integrated in the European Union. It's a country that has done very important progress. And still, you have so many Croatians, professionals, youngsters, moving towards Ireland or moving towards Germany because they want to get something more and to get it now. So this is something that also is connected with the fact that everyone knows, and these kids that are coming from Albania, they know that in Britain there is a lot of need for construction workers. There is a lot of need for taxi drivers, for truck drivers, for nurses. So it's also about this, and I'm not here to question the sovereignty and the mandate of the British government to have a policy on the borders and to want to be close towards the fluxes that are attempting Britain to get a job. But this is all what it is about. It's about economic reasons, coming, getting a job, and building a future in a place that has always been the shining city on the hill.
Yeah. Did he say in that? I'm sure he said there's a lot of countries coming out of communism, right? And it's taking some. Right. All countries are going into communism. This is what the government's doing over here.
Yeah.
So, are you on about sending them across here?
Is that the
idea that he wants to send murderers across here?
Yeah, I think he said something about that.
How's about getting the country that got lazy-itis over the last few years? Get them fuckers back out to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Albania is not a bad country. It's not an unsafe country, and what the fuck they want to come over here for, I have got no idea. I haven't got a fucking clue. But it's all. Have you seen? Right? Talking about immigrants. Have you seen? They've put this bill in, haven't they? To stop the votes. Right? And now Labour have put 50 pages of amendments to the bill. Right? Now, how fucking many pages was this bill to start with? Right? Because if Labour have actually fucking put forward 50 pages in a report of amendments to the immigration bill, right? How many pages was the bastard to start with?
Don't know.
What's that going on about? What's that noise?
It was a weird noise when we come back off the clip.
Oh. Just a weird noise. Yeah. So they've started, haven't they? Right? Rwanda's ready to go. They're taking them out the hotels now and putting them in Scampton. I think Matt's got something to go over on this one. Right? They're going to put them in RAF Scampton where the Red Arrows was based in Lincolnshire. Yeah. So they're moving further and further up north, aren't they? You know what I mean? But at least they're taking them out the hotels. And if they've got a problem...
Yeah, but fucking brand new homes getting built for them, so what's the problem?
Well, have you seen
Scampton was once a piece of Britain's military heritage, a former home of the Red Arrows, and before that, the Dam Busters, a fabled squadron who carried out a famous Second World War air raid. Now disused, this airfield is at the heart of our modern migration debate, with government plans to turn it into temporary accommodation for asylum seekers.
That's the accommodation blocks.
Sarah and Paul, who live a stone's throw away, are concerned.
RAF Scampton is probably the most famous Air Force base there is. You know, it was the dam busters raid. It would be an actual sacrilege to lose all that, and we will lose all that. You know, they're going to say, "Oh, well, it's only temporary," but temporary? What's temporary?
There's no infrastructure here for them, so the conditions that they're going to be living in are inhumane.
The local district council had put in place this £300 million plan to protect the site's heritage and drive investment. The local MP knows it's a blow to efforts to level up the area, but feels unable to stop the Home Office.
There are 100 buildings on that site, all of which will deteriorate over the 2 or 3 years that they're there. So we're not resigned to it, we're completely opposed, but I've just got to accept that legally the council cannot stop it.
Historians say if this can't be stopped, the plan threatens not just the past, but Scampton's future too.
This is about a choice for the future of an incredibly rich historical setting within the United Kingdom. We're not saying don't put refugees somewhere, we're saying don't put them on Scampton.
At the heart of this proposal are people, asylum seekers who want to live in acceptable conditions.
Moving to a new place and coming from a war zone, you're hoping for this new place to be your new home. So you need to interact with people, see how people live. So if it's like far away from these kind of like daily interactions and having the sense of community, then it's going to affect them in a really even more traumatizing way.
The government says the pressure on the asylum system is unprecedented, and it is committed to engaging with local authorities and key stakeholders. But in a place used to spectacular takeoffs, this plan has caused a debate that shows no sign of ending soon.
Did that woman just say?
I used to live in a prefabbed house, and that fucking lasted for years. They can put some windows in, decorate it, and they should be fucking happy they've got a roof over their head because there's a lot of people that aren't.
Well, they're only going to fucking destroy it anyway. Right? She said people want to come over here and they want to and they want to integrate. How many of them? What the hell is that noise?
Bobby's just like behind me.
Right.
I think he was doing rustling something.
Right. How many of them bastards have come over here?
Oh, you said that little country, you know.
He sounds like a
Not me. Yeah, how many of them have come over here and wanted to integrate? None of them.
No.
Crime rate goes up. Somebody's getting mauled by
I know, I think he's got tanks.
Coon dog. What is that?
It's the petals.
Oh, it's the petals. Those making roses. So she says they want to come over here and they want to integrate, and putting them in these places, they're not going to integrate. How the fuck? They don't come over here to integrate. They've come over here to take over. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Yeah.
Of course it does.
Like Matt said. I won't say what he said, but I think Bobby's having troubles. I think he's getting attacked by a raccoon dog. Yeah, but that was Bobby's first laugh. Right. It's all bollocks. They will destroy that RAF base. They'll like they did with Penelon. But no, we can't. We don't like the hotel. We don't like the food. Now you go into RAF base. No, you didn't like Penelon. No, fuck it.
They still complain about that. Good enough for them.
Yeah. I've lived in army fucking barracks. You know what I mean? They're not that bad. You're never in the bastards anyway. You know what I mean? Well, we never was, but you know, when you did get some sleep, it's better than spending the night in a Missino or a fucking basher on Dartmoor. You know what I mean? Or the Brecon Beacons. That's an education. Spending the night on the Brecon Beacons in a fucking basher.
Oof.
It's not very good up there, is it, Matt, when it gets cold? Brecon Beacon, lovely in summer. Not
What
good when
really
it's
gets
covered
me
in
though is
fog.
when they get caught by these fucking paedophile hunting groups. They know what the groups are on about, but then they start turning around and saying, "Oh, I don't understand English." Well, that's funny because fucking half a minute ago you was understanding English when they were fucking talking to you, mate.
Yeah,
when you're chatting up fucking young kids and that, but
well, Swifty's got a few of them coming up near him that they never told him about on the map. He was telling me earlier. Went in there and smashed his shop up and was abusive. And he had a carer. Fuck me. How the hell do they qualify for a carer? You know, somebody who don't care about any fucking thing. You know what I mean? Manages to get a carer.
One this morning where they caught a teacher from some place in abroad, but he came over here to do a teaching job, and he was abusing the young girls and that. And he was actually getting them. He was actually requesting the girls in all the girls in his class to wear short skirts, so that he could fucking look under the tables when he was going past them. And it's like, what the fuck?
No, it's a shit.
Was it them putting this on fire?
Penley.
And then he turned around and goes, "Oh, I can come over here and get away with it because the British allow it to, the English allow it to happen." And it's like, what? No, we fucking don't, mate. Like,
yeah. Yeah. And we were talking about Matt, and he sent me a post on WhatsApp. You know Dave Swift from Loquacious Laugh, Swifty? Somebody. Anyway, they went in with a smash phone or something. Didn't come back for it. And then when he did come back, he kicked off or something. I don't know. Matt will be able to tell you. He'll come on and tell you what happened because he talks to Dave all the time. But rung the fucking police, and the police went, when they says, "Oh, we'll protect ourselves," they just turned around and says, "Is that a threat?" and hung up.
that's fucking.
But it's only like
all the police though, they don't come out until the next day when it's all over, and then it's like, well, hang on, I could have been fucking dead last night, mate.
1 week later.
That's because they're all cowards. If they have to meet something violent head on, they're all cowards. They'll come round the next day and take a fucking statement, right? When it's no fucking use whatsoever. I'm getting what?
He's getting injured.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like
they come up with the excuses. Oh well, it was busy because it's a Friday night or it's a weekend. Well, no, you're fucking not, mate. Like,
yeah, but the worst thing was somebody let it slip that they'd moved a load in behind Dave Swift's shop.
Oh, for fuck's sake! That's all he fucking needs.
Tell anybody about it. Apparently,
they just don't care where they fucking put them nowadays.
Doing whatever they fucking want, mate.
Oh,
yeah, they're just doing anything they fucking want, and everybody just goes, "Well, what we're going to do about it?" Fucking, you need to get in touch with your MPs and bombard the bastards. Listen, you're getting out of order, right? You're taking the fucking years, right? We're not all fucking stupid. Knock it on the fucking head, or we're not going to fucking. Well, I don't vote for any lying bastards anyway. Right? But if it comes to the point where they're going to, this is the only thing that's going to change things. When they're going to lose their fucking job, right? And they're in cushy income, then they'll do something about it. But people are too fucking soft, right? I'm not saying, right, people just think everything will be all right. They'll never get away with it, right? But if they keep taking the piss like they are doing, I mean, it's everywhere. Every fucking country is doing it, right? And it's not, and they can't say, no, it's got nothing to do with the World fucking Economic Forum. Yeah? Like Andrew Bridgen brought up again in Parliament, and I can't remember what was the fucking leader of the House. Fucking, no, denied any fucking involvement with the World Economic Forum. Right? But every fucking country is doing the same thing.
Could you is this mic all right? Could you hear this mic properly? Or...
Yeah, that's all right, mate. Yeah. But me, you sounded like he was getting mauled by a fucking raccoon
No,
dog.
it's got electric interference where I live, so it depends where I'm sitting.
All right.
I've had the wireless mic on, and if you get electric interference, then.
All right. Yeah. You know what that's caused by?
A group of 15-year-old girls were walking home a couple of weeks ago, and they got raped. Raped by fucking Asian guys, and the parents went to the local MP, and the local MP told man and said, "Well, it's just a normal it's just a normal thing that happens in the UK now. Deal with it." I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, you're supposed to be our local MP, and yet you turn around and fucking say that.
How do you work this out, mate? I was in the hospital for 11 hours in the waiting room, on and off. Now, Asian families coming in. I was sitting there 11 hours. Within 5 minutes, he was getting seen to. When I spoke to the woman at the reception, she said, "Listen, we don't like being called. We don't like getting called a racist. That's why they get bumped up the queue."
But they are being racist. They're being racist towards their own kind.
Yeah.
They are British people that look white.
Oh, good evening, David. David Swift.
All right, David, how you doing?
Hey, mate.
That was a bit shit about your shop, mate. Matt was telling us, he sent us the bits and pieces about it. Fucking hell.
Yeah, the race card only works one way, their fucking way.
Yeah. But it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? You just won't do fuck all now.
You
right,
can't even mention the word black anymore.
We got fucking pulled up by the coppers in around Manchester. Because they're having a purge on wide loads. We get pulled up every week, at least once a week now. And I just got fucking pissed off. So when I came back, she was talking to him nice. And I just went on and I went, how do you feel about you being fucking... people not fucking respecting you and not liking you and won't help you because you do not fucking... You don't work on the rule of law. You're just a revenue fucking collector for the government.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going, well, if I see a crime and I just deal with it. And I went, yeah, well, you didn't deal with a fucking crime because when you pulled us over, right, coming down that slip road was a truck driver on his mobile phone like that. You were so fucking eager to fucking check our paperwork, right? You actually fucking missed a fucking road traffic act fucking infringement, right? And he went, well, if I'd have seen him, I'd have pulled him. No, you won't. Because you won't fucking bothered about anybody else. I said, and when people start overtaking us in the outside lane or cutting us up, you don't pull them bastards up even when you see us. I says, all you're fucking bothered about is harassing certain people or certain people in a certain industry. Or if there's a proper crime, you don't fucking turn up. And he went, oh, yeah, well, we do. And I went, well, how many fucking Manchester... I think you're not doing very well, Manchester Police, are you? How many crimes did you write off your books as you couldn't unsolve them, so you just took them off the books? And he didn't know what to say. Because I was pissed off and I just wanted to have a rant. And he got it. And he denied it because everything I fucking said was true.
That's like my local printing shop. I went in there to get black ink for my printer, and I said to the guy behind the counter, I said, "Have you got any black ink?" He goes, "Excuse me, mate, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." I went, "Why?" He goes, "Well, our shop policy is that you can't ask for black ink no more or mention that word in our shop." I went, "Why?" I said, "Well, I said it's black ink. So what other colour can I bloody call it?" I said, "You can't call it grey because it's not grey." I said, "It's black." "Oh, you're being racist." Then the manager come out and, oh my God.
Well, you can't call plasters anymore because the colour of the plasters are white. It's racist.
Yeah, it's fucking mental, isn't it? Do you remember when they said
we can't drink anymore because that offends the Muslim people coming into our country?
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That's never going to happen.
What's that?
They're about drinking.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
Right, all right. Dave Swift's in, and he just said, if you want to, they're going to cover it on Loquacious Live on Monday. I hope they do have a live fucking call to the Six Police. That'll be funny. Have you ever seen Dave on a live call to somebody?
Oh yeah,
hilarious. I just sit there and fucking laugh. It is just
when he's talking to the salespeople. It's like,
what was that South African's name when you hung up talk? That was hilarious.
Yeah, talk highlighted on
that was fucking funny. Do you know
just
what?
when he gets his banjo out and starts playing, it's like, what the hell? It's like, oh my god.
But it is getting ridiculous now.
Oh yeah,
you know when the police, you ring the police and you fucking got on your shop's getting smashed up and like, right, is that a threat? No, it's not a threat, mate. So what's going to fucking happen? Yeah.
Oh.
It's what's going to happen. Fucking hell.
Can I ask you an opinion about something?
Well, go on, mate. Yeah.
This fella, no, right? I do old cars up and make them better. The fella I know, he gets 100 people to fix it. He gets cars fixed up. Like, I had made them last night. I said I wanted an interior for the Jensen Interceptor. He said, give me £11,000. I said, wait a minute, I've given you a lot of stuff when I wasn't using. So you go to it. Well, I do fix cars up. I said, you'd fix jack shit up. You get people to fix them up for you. Because he wins a lot of competitions. He goes, well, I can turn out cars about a week's time. How long does it take for you to do it? I said, I could take me a couple of years, but I'm doing it by myself. And I said to him, you're a fucking lying cunt. Because you get people to do that. You get like 100 people to fix the car up.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what they're doing, it.
Cheers, mate.
It's going to cost me £11,000 for it to set an interior, seats, door.
Yeah.
I said, I've given loads of stuff, but I wasn't using. Fucking
mate,
prick.
well, that's what people are like, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's all take.
Yeah.
And when it's time to give, people don't do it. Now that gets right on my tits as well.
I tell you what, I get on my tits about him as well. He puts when he does them up, he puts them in a garage, clean fills them, seals them up. Nobody touches them. Every car I do, I guarantee you, if I do when I fix the Interceptor up, I probably crash it one time or another because I drive it.
Yeah,
What's the point of doing a car up if you don't drive it? That fucking pisses me off. Sorry having a rant, but you pissed me off last night.
Yeah, mate. Well, that's what we're here for. Yeah. Anybody come here and we can have a rant and we can have a laugh and we can talk about fucking mad shit. But that right, that Jensen Interceptor.
Yeah.
Right. What is it? Series 1 or Series 2?
Series 1.
Series 1. Yeah. Right. That is worth every fucking penny, mate. I know. Yeah, I know it's a lot of money, and when it's done, it's going to be gorgeous, isn't it?
I don't say me more than 100%, but I do all the work myself. Like I could take 5 or 6 years to do it, but when I do it, I drive it.
Yeah, man.
That fucking prick pissed me off, bad style. Sorry.
Classic cars should be drove, mate. Classic cars should go into fucking London every day just to piss fucking Sadiq Khan off.
Because the tax deductible, you know.
Yeah. Are you self-employed, Bobby?
Well, technically I'm a security guard, so you're self-employed.
All right, so you do the cars on as a sideline.
Yeah.
Do you only do your own?
Say that again.
Do you only do your own cars, or do you do?
Yeah, I do work on my own. Like I've done loads of them, and I guarantee you, I've probably crashed every one of them.
Yeah.
But they're my cars. I could do whatever I like with them.
Exactly. Exactly. Don't be fucking told what you can and can't fucking do. Right. Jensen Interceptors, fucking what a class car. Totally fucking dangerous, but what a class car. The weight distribute, it's like the old Capri, innit?
Yeah.
Right. 4,000 for a reclining chair, bloody hell, man. That's an expensive fucking chair.
No, mate, right, fucking hell. Have you seen how much fucking interior fucking
Oh, yeah.
Charge?
It's fucking mental.
It is fucking phenomenal. I had a Lotus, which one was it? The Esprit. It wasn't the turbo one. When I got it, it was lime green. It looked fucking shocking, right? And there was a few things wrong with it. Well, I used to have my own garage, and I used to do resprays and everything. And I did restore a few classic cars. I used to restore World War II vehicles for a reenactment group as well, which was easy to do. You couldn't fucking, right? Doesn't matter how rotten the fucking thing was, you couldn't burn through them chassis and the bodywork, right? They were solid. But this Lotus Esprit was shabby when I got it, but I got it cheap, and I fucking did it up, right? And I had that in 1989, 90, right? And the interior then, right, because it had that beige, fucking beige, because in them days, beige was like a standard colour for the interiors, wasn't it? Right? It had a beige interior. So I thought, right, I'm going to spray it red. Yeah. So I sprayed it red, did a full strip down of it. I reconditioned the engine. I did modifications to the engine. I lift cams and all that shit. Right? Because it was normally aspirated, it was worth doing, because turbo cars are only good if the turbo's good. You've got no leaks and your piston rings are good. Other than that, you're just blowing fucking compression.
No, I'm on strong painkillers at the moment, Matt, because I've done my shouldering again and it's fucking killing me. The
anyway,
doors are falling off a ladder.
It cost me $4,000 for the interior then, right? In 1989, 90. Fucking, but it looks funny. Yeah. Restoring fucking classic cars, right? I think the two things when you're restoring a classic car, the two most expensive things are the paint job and the fucking interior.
Yeah. But I would have thought, though, I'd give him a Mark 1 Land Rover engine. I never charged him for it because I wasn't using it. And I asked him for the fucking interior. He goes, no, 11,000. Fuck off.
Dollars making roses. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Ooh.
People use people, right?
Yeah.
And they don't seem to have any fucking principles about it. Right? No. When you meet somebody and then you ask for help off them, they won't fucking help you.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's restoring cars or decorating your any fucking thing, right? You can help any fucker, right? And you try and get help back, they'll want paying for it. You've done it for fuck all, right? Wow, what's that? They want £2,749 deposit. Wow. To get a fucking mobility car, disability car, or just to fit the.
That's fucking shocking.
Fuck yeah.
Everybody's just fucking going mental now with prices.
Oh.
Fucking don't you dare ask for a quote these days, dare you?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. You just.
So somebody came to me last week. They wanted a computer bill, which I said, yeah, I don't mind doing it. But they wanted me to pay for all the parts out of my own money. Then they were going to pay me afterwards. I'm like, no, You buy the parts and I'll build it. But it don't fucking work that way.
Yeah. If they, I always like, when I had my garage and people used to come to me all the time because I was cheap. I did a good job, but I was cheap, right? Because I was a working man, and the people who come to me, they was.
Man and you was cheap.
Yeah, I was a cheap working man, right? But they was working men, and they had families, and they was getting fucking big bills for doing shit. And I always used to say to them, I'll do a good job and I'll do it cheap. As long as I can live and pay my bill, that's all I'm bothered about. Right? And people used to come to me. But now, you go into a fucking garage, you don't get that anymore. Everybody wants every last fucking cent out of you. Do you know what pisses me off? When you take your car into a garage, because it's all computers now, and somebody had it off with my scanner, my diagnostic scanner. So I've never replaced it because I don't fix cars anymore. I don't even fix my own vehicles. I give it to mechanics, right? But I pay them cash, so they do it cheaper, right? And we've got a couple of good lads that fix our vehicles, and they do it, and you know it's right. And we'll just, if it's a big job, just say, I'll just stick it in between other jobs. So it might take them 2 months to do it. They did my transit van. It cost me three and a half grand. But we kept bringing them £200 a week or something like that, didn't we? Right. And then when the final bill came in, it was next to fuck all. But they did a good job. Right. But we're lucky. If you own a car now and you can't fix it yourself, fucking dare take it to a garage. It'd be cheaper to buy a new car.
Yeah.
Because everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. Prices are going up. Fuck it, put the labour charge up.
There you go, another set. Done.
Oh, you've done another set.
Just finished another set, guys.
These
that needs pinning.
These
the flower's got a ring in the middle.
What are the Shambhala?
The Shambhala bracelets and a ring. Bracelets are handmade.
The Donna's making Shambhala bracelets.
And I had to find a way of sitting the rings in the boxes, so I've just made a little rose and put the ring in the middle. So
right, these are for Ethan's charity truck show on the 24th of
24th of September.
24th of September. Matt will be putting something up. I think Dave will be covering it closer to the day. It is for charity. Nobody gets any money from this apart from the people it's supposed to go to. We had the first one last week.
I've just put a pin through it so I can move it. So can you see the ring in the middle of the flower? It comes out, it's just tied in, so you just pull the string to take the ring out, but I wanted it to sit up in the box.
Yeah, so that Loquacious Live, I think there is £200.
I think King Charles has allowed Prince Andrew to arrange a concert for you. Oh, for God's sake. Most of the thingers and that of letting him down anyway.
Tiny kangaroo down, smoke, tiny kangaroo down.
Oh dear. Naughty boy, man.
Everybody tell me what's the pro board fucking doing? You let that guy glitter, he's been banned for like 30 fucking countries because he's nonsense kids. You let him out within weeks.
He's fucking back in jail now.
He's back in jail? Fucking hell.
You can't, right? They can't change. It's an illness they've got. Don't matter what they say. They are dirty, low-life scumbags, right? They are. But they cannot change, and they can't fucking say they can change, because once you've got that in your fucking napper, right, there's nothing that'll get it out. So what did they think was going to fucking happen? Give a dirty low-life scumbag like that.
Can't believe they let him go on the internet full stop.
Fucking hell. I can't believe they let him out of fucking prison. I really can't. Right? They can't change. And you fucking release them early, right? They should be in an institution for the rest of their fucking lives because they will not change.
See, with me, I like to know how things work. And I can't get my head around a fucking nonce going with the kid. And I can't compute. I just can't. Like, I need to know how things work. Like, I could take a telly apart and put it back together. I could probably fix any car you send to me. But a nonce, I can't get my head around it. What's the fascination of going with the kid? I just can't see. Why?
Because they're not fucking wired right, mate. Right?
Yeah.
It's fucking sick, right? And to think the government think they give them whatever they give them. Well, I think he got about 15 years, didn't he?
Yeah, he done 8, didn't he?
Yeah. So he's got parole at half his fucking sentence, right? Who in the right mind on a parole board, right, fucking says, well, he's changed his life around, right? And we think he poses no more danger to the public. Who says that? Fuckers are not wired right. You can't change that. Even if you give them electric shock treatment, you can't change it. They are fucked. And they'll always be fucked. Yeah? And to let them back out in the public.
Thank you, David. And yeah, hello to all our guests. I didn't realise we had that many in.
How many have we got? 121.
Yeah.
Cheers for all joining us.
Can't believe there's that many people that can actually put with us back on.
Yeah. But Ethan's charity do is a fantastic thing, and we appreciate what Loquacious Love.
David, thanks for nipping in, mate. Have an absolute great night, and I hope you get shit sorted because.
And we'll be watching over. We'll be watching Monday, and
if we're packed
one of us will be watching. The other one will be driving, but we'll be on Monday. We can't come on because the signal will be shit. But thanks for coming in, and I hope everything goes all right with the shop. And we'll see you Monday, mate. Thanks a lot. Right, like I was saying, they are fucking wrong-uns, and they'll always be wrong-uns.
Yeah,
and you'll never change that. But it's always, have you noticed? It's always the fucking celebrities and the politicians that either get the fucking way with it or they do fucking next to fuck all time. I know he's done 8 years, but 8 years for destroying kids' lives, right? It's fuck all. Should never ever get out. They should go to jail, right? Should be put on the numbers, and when they fucking do get parole, they get parole to a fucking nut house.
They should bring back the death penalty for the fuckers and hang the fuckers. That's what I say.
Why the fuck should they get the easy option?
Castrate the bastards.
Well, yeah.
Not even chemically castrate them. Just fucking castrate them. No anesthetic or fuck all. Lop them off with a fucking big butcher's cleaver.
Well, you know my idea for fucking paedophiles, but
yeah, we're not going to go in that.
We'll
we're
not
get
disconnected from YouTube completely, so that'll stay in this little noggin here.
Yeah,
they'll never change. Safely. They'll never change. Fucking wrong-uns.
But he still believes that he's done that wrong, doesn't he? He still believes that he's innocent. What?
Yeah. He should be a follower of Alan's snack bar, shouldn't he? Yeah. Because they're fucking retarded 5th century fucking ideology. Right? Thinks it's all right. And everybody fucking
just set the algorithm off after I've kept my mouth shut, so you keep yours fucking.
I'm getting told off now.
Dickhead.
Right? But they're coming over it, and Sharia law's coming in. And there'll be more of it because Sharia law says you can fucking do it.
Have you saw what he done in London?
Fuck the Casbah.
Bob was saying something then.
Oh, sorry.
Have you saw what he done in London? They put lights up for Ramadan.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ramadan, and what's the other one? The what's the one? The Jews. Celebrate.
Passover. Isn't it Passover?
No, not that one. There's a proper name for it. Whatever it
I know.
is.
I have it on the top of the head. Fucking hell, what's it called?
I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know what you mean.
I was driving through Leicester at that time of year, last year when I was on general haulage, and they had the fucking big signs up and big lights and every fucking thing, right? I went through at Christmas and didn't even have a fucking market on. They had fucking big wheels. I can't remember what it is. The fucking name of the thing.
Hanukkah in it or something. I think that's what Don's tried putting in, but I can't actually see it properly.
Yeah. Hanukkah.
What's Don put in?
Like I've just said, I can't see it properly, but it looks like Hanukkah.
Matt, can you put Don's last comment up on the screen because we can't see it because it won't go up because we're technical.
Well, if they bring Sharia law in anyway, all the women are going to be bloody screwed because they'll have to stay at home.
Hang on. You think it's just the women?
Well,
you think it's just the women that's going to be screwed?
Well, no, but we're all going to be screwed. Yeah. But
Annika.
Yeah,
that's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah. Doesn't matter, Matt, because we can see it now.
Because one of their laws under Sharia law is that women basically got to stay at home and wear burqas, and also that the man is allowed to beat his wife until she says the word "I submit" or something, and she can't go out unless she's accompanied by a man and all. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, but the divorces are quicker, aren't they? The fucking way they get divorced is fucking class, right? I've never known how you can get divorced so quick. All you have to say, apparently, this is how they get divorced. To say, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you, and fuck it, that's
and they're allowed up to 72 wives or something. Or so, now I can't even deal with just one, let alone fucking.
So, anybody, all these fucking lefties with the fucking different coloured hair and smell like right? Saying, oh no, you've got to be right, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you've got to accept them. There's nothing wrong with them, right? They're the first fuckers going off a fucking high-rise block of flats.
I think one of the African countries have actually made it criminal to be they've just passed a law where it's actually a crime to be gay, lesbians, and fucking transgenderism now and all that crap. So
my missus friend, she's a fucking Looney Tunes. She thinks every man is homosexual. I said to her, I said, listen, I give you one good reason why I would never fuck a man. She goes, what's that? I said, I don't fuck something that I respect.
I bet that one. Yeah, man. Right.
Apparently, there's been a listeria outbreak from a Cheshire farm.
Listeria?
From a Cheshire cheese. Hang on, I'm trying to find.
Fuck me, won't be able to eat cheese from now on, mate.
It's only it's been recalled from one place, so it's turned into the fucking news and make it worse than it is. Wiltshire-based the old cheese room. One person's died, so here we go.
Have we all turned our alerts off on our phone?
I turned mine off.
Yeah. Have we all turned them off?
I fucking turn my phone off if it fucking happens.
It is everybody just to turn them off because your phone once they've sent that alert and you won't answer them, what you are, where you are, and fucking everything else they want to fucking know, your phone won't work.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I believe, right, that if your fucking service provider, right, EE or fucking Talk or whatever,
give your number out,
give your number out, right, that's breach of data protection or whatever they call it now.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get on, right? As soon as that alert goes off, I'm going to get on to EE. And I go, right, you set of cunts, right? How dare you give my information to the government to spam my phone with an alert that's for nothing, right?
They probably did give you the same bullshit as what they gave me. Oh, it's government policy and all this crap. And
Look,
I'm sure
we don't live in China. I know they're trying to make it that way, but we don't live in China.
I'm sure if you look through the terms and conditions of your contract, right, even if you're on pay as you go, you've still got a contract because you pay them.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah, you don't have to pay them, but you do pay them. So there will be terms and conditions of service. I'm sure it doesn't say we will hand over your telephone number, right, and all the rest of your data, because they're not just going to stop at your telephone number, right?
Oh, no.
To the government, so they can track where you are on a certain day, on a certain time. Yeah. And once that's in there and they've got your details, well, that will just open it up to, hang on. They've got fucking permission to go into your phone.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to fucking turn it off. And then on the Monday morning, you need to bombard your fucking service provider and give them shit that they've broke fucking data protection. They don't call it data protection anymore, do they?
No, they call it something else, but
These companies say data protection. Data protection. It's not worth the paper it's written on.
GDPR it is.
That's what they call it.
What's that? Yeah. So this is just, it's not just an alert.
I've got to take it out to get an interference again.
Right. Getting interference again.
Oh.
Yeah. See you later, Bob. Sort your interference out. What you got there? What are you looking at?
Just going through the Google News, seeing what crap there's coming out. But
well, that'll make sense, won't it? Google News. Yeah. So I don't think, GDPR, GDPR,
even fucking hell.
This Stella, it's no good for any fucker.
I ain't even been drinking, and I had an issue getting the fucker out.
Right. So you need to get in touch on the fucking Monday after they're Sunday when you're having a fucking peaceful dinner, right? Or you're having your afternoon kip after a peaceful dinner, and that fucker goes off. It'll give people a heart attack, man.
Someone pointed out earlier, right? There is a problem with this because there's going to be a lot of people that are in like a domestic violent relationship that'll have a second phone.
Oh, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to fucking blow the cover if they're trying to get help and they're trusting people to help them.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cause some shit, this. Putting people in direct danger that they don't need to be put in direct danger, a set of idiots.
This isn't a one. They said, well, this might save your life. This might save your life.
Do you know what? I'd rather
if there's a flood.
I'd rather go out laughing, enjoying my fucking life than being stuck for fucking doing as I'm fucking told.
If you're in a flood or as high winds, fuck me, right? Have we needed this before? Has anybody needed? Right, if you see it pissing down with rain and you live in Cumbria, yeah, in a valley, which is a stupid place to fucking move anyway, right? And if you do that, you deserve, you know it's going to flood. You deserve all you fucking get. I'm sorry, but you fucking do, right? You live in a flood area, you know it's going to flood when it's pissed down for 3 days, yeah. It's not for that at all. It's not for high winds. It's not to save your fucking life. It's so when they've got all your details and they've got onto your fucking phone, which your service provider have allowed the government to do against your wishes that you've not signed up for, right? I think we should start fucking getting compensation for it. I really do.
You try and well, I use the word loosely, educate certain people, and they're just not interested.
Yeah, no. It's fucking mental. It's fucking mental, and people think, oh, well, the government are trying to look after us.
All you get out of people nowadays is, oh, it's the 21st century. You got to move on with the times, and you can't leave. It's like,
it's becoming big government tracking everybody, wanting to know where you are all the time. I don't know why they want to know where you are all the fucking time, right? Yeah.
If digital banking, you try and explain that to somebody, and it's like they think that you're a nutcase or something. It's like, oh, the government can't do that. They can't stop you from this. Well, yeah, they can, and they fucking are gonna. It's like, oh,
what did they do in Canada? What did they do in Canada with the truckers?
Oh, if they start doing that, the British people's gonna.
They just shut all the fucking bank accounts down. But not only the truckers, anybody who donated to them, they fucking took their money and shut their account down as well.
Oh,
yeah.
I was trying to explain it to somebody the other day, and they're like, "Oh, but if they start doing that, the people of of Britain will come out on a protest." And it's like, well, no, they fucking won't, because they just go along with it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I was watching. Well, I know about this anyway. Solar flares. They're called something else, but there's a proper name for them. But they are basically, to us commoners and the girls we date, right, are called solar flares. When a solar flare is big enough and it gets to Earth, it will knock out anything that runs on electricity. Yeah? And it will... What? What are you clapping for?
Because I just think that's hilarious.
All right. Right. It'll knock anything out that is run on electricity. The internet will go down. And it will be down for... could be days or it could be months, depending how big the solar flare is, right? But people don't know about this. We think, oh, the internet's great. Oh, yeah, let's go digital. Let's have... Right. If one of them eats the Earth, which they do all the time, but they're not very big, right? If you go on Richard Verbs on YouTube, he had the guest on the other day, and there was going on about this, right? These things are hitting the Earth all the time. When a big one hits and it wipes out all the electricity, how are we going to buy anything? How are we going to do anything? Because everything's on digital. Yeah. The water stations run on the internet. Everything's done on the internet from pumping stations, from an head office. Yeah.
Well, I was watching the Scottish Parliament the other day, and the Scottish Energy Minister is now, well, some bloody strange fucking idea that he wants to do away with all electricity meters and that in the houses and bring out these solar battery powered fucking batteries for all houses, so that it's energy efficient and it will save the Scottish government billions of pounds for electric. And it's like, well,
the problem there is it's in Scotland.
Right.
The sunniest place in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Well done.
No, how's that going to fucking work? Like, you still got to have some sort of backup to. It's not going to work. Like,
right, you know all the solar panels they want to put around the world, right? Have a limited shelf life, right?
Yeah.
So when they've gone past the limited shelf life, how are they going to get rid of the old solar panels? Because solar panels
aren't recyclable.
They aren't recyclable. Right.
But yeah, he also told around and said that if people want to sign up to the scheme, they have to spend at least £3,000 to, in the first place, to get solar panels. I was like, well, hang on, if there's a government scheme, why the fuck do we have to spend £3,000 to fucking sign up for the fucking scheme anyway?
It's the same as these
ridiculous.
Yeah, them new pumps that they're going to replace boilers with.
Oh, they're fucking stupid.
Oh, big pumps, aren't they?
Have you seen? Right? Have you seen the system? Have you? You know when you go into an office building,
started putting them on these new houses, and then
you see them on the outside. They've got a fucking big fan because it works the opposite to a refrigerator. Right?
They're already causing trouble up here with the new houses.
Yeah. So what you've got is an air conditioning unit on the outside of your house that fucking puts the fucking waste product inside your house, which causes heat. That's basically what it is. Yeah. Have you heard
anything?
Can you imagine having one of them big fans outside your fucking house going off in the hours of darkness? Right?
Well,
no cunt will be able to get to sleep.
Because they've just built a load of new houses near me, and they've put the fans on there, and within about, I've only been up for probably about 6 months, and probably about 15 already of them has caught light already, and it's like it's just shocking.
You have an electric motor spinning in winter all that fucking time, yeah? They're gonna go tits up.
My mate had one on it. Well, he's got his turned off, but because he says it's fucking noisy as fuck.
Electric heat pumps. Yeah, electric heat pumps, aren't they? Big
yeah. Or was they calling them up here air heat pump or something? Because
yeah, that's it.
The air and it's like that.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine every fucking house in the country with one of them bastards running 24 hours a day?
It'd be noisy as fuck.
Fucking idiots.
It's the same as these fucking electric buses. They're fucking causing the trouble as well at the moment. Fucking catching fire.
On fire, don't they?
Oh yeah.
There's loads of videos on YouTube. Right,
they've just the first buses that run the ones up in Glasgow. They've just brought out self-driven buses, and even they're fucking causing trouble because they don't even know how to fucking drive around the streets. They're like, what the fuck?
Have you seen them in?
They're self-driven buses, but yet they've still got to have a bus conductor on the bus just in case it goes wrong. And it's like, well, hang on, what's the point of having like you're sitting there all day just watching a bus go around just in case? Fuck that.
It don't make any fucking sense. None of it makes any sense. You can pick on any subject, right, and you can just fucking rip it to bits. Oh, yeah. Well, we can rip it to bits because we're people on here, right, are fucking sensible people, and they're awake and they know what's going on, right? You get somebody on the left who are the Green Party or into all this fucking bollocks about this global warming, right? I don't give a shit what anybody says. I don't give a fuck what Google says. I don't give a fuck what YouTube says, right? I don't care, right? It's all bollocks, yeah? And it's not going to work. And they're falling for it, right? And you've just got to laugh at them. Because you can fucking pick any of their policies up, right? When it's like I said earlier about the Dutch farmers are going on about nitrogen, right? Yeah, reducing nitrogen. Do you know how much of the atmosphere is nitrogen? It's a fucking ridiculous amount. I can't remember, but
it's like they're trying to pass a bill through Parliament at the moment to try and stop, well, to cut down on people from buying meat during the summer times due to carbon tax or something because of the barbecues, and it's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, it's fucking mental, mate.
So if I want to have a barbecue, I'll fucking have one, mate. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna love it when they see us in fucking laybys and stuff with a fucking barbecue on the back of the trailer.
Right. You can just pick any.
I'm spreading mine around the country so they can fuck off.
You can pick any policy, can't you? You can pick any policy or anything the left say, right? And then put science, proper science, not fucking some dickhead, right, that's getting paid to say, oh, no, it's fucked. It'll fuck the world up. No, it won't fuck the world up, right? You look at the breakdown of our atmosphere, right? It's full of hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, and oxygen. There is four, I think it's 3 or 4% of the atmosphere in this world, on this planet, is fucking oxygen. Yeah? And the rest of it, right? This is what we breathe. We don't breathe oxygen, pure oxygen, right? Carbon's in there. We're all carbon-based life forms, so we need carbon. Hydrogen, right, is out there, causes water. Yeah, that's part of why we have rain, which gives us fucking water, so we can
get ripped off of that and all.
And now they want to put now they want to introduce a chocolate tax on fucking chocolate because it's supposed to.
Got sugar tax, they can get fucked.
Well, they want to add chocolate on chocolate to it because apparently it will cut down obesity, and it's like, no, that's not just going to do it. Stop all these people going to fucking McDonald's and fucking things like that.
Hello, Matt.
Good evening. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Yo.
Pull that down because I'm going to sit back and relax.
Lazy bugger.
Just so I don't have to shout.
It's just getting fucking ridiculous, it is.
But it's only getting ridiculous to those that comply. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Because if you don't follow their agendas and you just go on like I have for the last 3 years, I've not had COVID. I've had the odd cold. But I've never had a problem going to the shop getting the shopping I've needed. I've never gone without toilet roll.
No.
You got to ask yourself, there's no shortage on cigarettes, there's no shortage on alcohol. It makes some money. It all comes down to power, greed, control. And that's how, if you go along with it, do you know what I mean? If we all complied, I think it's hitting them on the ass big time.
Yeah. Do you remember when COVID first came out and they went, the people that are in danger are people that's already got illnesses, people that are over 70, and people that are obese. Yeah. So we're locking you all down.
And they're not the fucking burger if they went and got the shots. Fucking ironic.
What was the only fucking place you could buy food from? Fast food outlets. McDonald's. Yeah. Real healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Burger King. Real healthy. Right. So one of the things that they said was going to cause you to be fucking susceptible to fucking COVID, right, is obesity. So they kept all the fast food junk shops open.
Yeah,
and people don't see it.
Me and Swifties had that conversation on the Loquacious Live. It's not very often I go out on the town, especially here in Wales, because it's all locked down by bloody 2:00 in the afternoon. But when I have been out, and when Dave's been out, there's never been a bar or a restaurant or a takeaway that's empty.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You phone up to order a Chinese and you got to wait an hour and a half because they're rushed off their feet. But there's no money. You know what I mean? And there's shortage of food and it's all bollocks. I mean, all this with Boris Johnson now and Partygate, that's all just another distraction. Get over it. He's gone. There's nothing we can fucking do. It happened, yeah? It is what it is, isn't it? Yeah. We could spend the next 6 months arguing about whether he was it contempt of Parliament, yeah? What's it going to change? Thousands of people still died at the end of the day. Let's get to the real crime.
It took the piss out of us, you know what I mean? That's all.
The only thing I give a shit about is it's costing the tax money, the taxpayer money.
Right?
We don't give a fuck. We know they're all liars. We know the laws they brought in wasn't laws because nobody has been done for it unless they were silly bastards and stuck their hands up.
It was law to you and I. It was guidelines to them.
Yeah,
it's simple. That's what they say. Matt Hancock said it. Boris Johnson said it. You know, we stuck to guidelines. We didn't touch pens, but we all had to stay 2 meters apart and watch our grandparents or our mums or dads or aunties and our uncles. I tell you, in 2021, my nan passed away, and it wasn't COVID. The hospital never stopped our family going in to see my nan, right? And to the point where they wouldn't have. I wouldn't have allowed it. If I wanted to go and see my nan, I would have gone and see her, just same as my mum would or my sisters. Do you know what I mean? My granddad used to sit up there all day. But others were complying and doing the old 12 till 2 visits and seeing their wife for 2 hours a day. I mean, it just depends. I get there's a massive part of scaremongering and all that going on. And I do get it. Like, some people sit and watch the news and that is it. That's the truth to them. You know, they can't get around the fact that they've got an agenda behind that, and it's sad, but there's enough people out there. There's enough evidence out there. With, the research has been done to show what their plan. Well, this so-called plan.
When my dad was in hospital, my mum was
John Campbell.
My mum went to visit him, and then she video called me, and the whole ward was completely empty. And I was like, well, hang on, there's all these like COVID patients and all that. And she's like, there's none here.
A nurse actually, she was like a care assistant for one of the hospitals. She actually told me all the respiratory wards and all that were locked down for COVID patients, yeah? The hospitals wasn't overrun and full. They had empty wards waiting for these people to come in. That's all it was. And slowly they started to come in once the vaccine was rolled out. And that was always going to be the case, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I have to work this out then. My Uncle Joey was in hospital. He used to bring him stuff like pajamas, fruit and that. We used to eat outside. A security guard came down to pick this stuff up, take it up to the wall to give him. Never had the mask on, no PPE, whatever. So what's the difference between him taking it up and us?
The fact that you are allowing him to tell you to do what to do, and he's not complying, is he? That's not you personally, Bobby, but many people were controlled and dictated to. You must wear a mask. You must wear a shield. You must wash your hands 600 times a day, and kids must be separated in the corridors of school, and all that bollocks. You know what I mean?
Mate, I never wore a mask. Right, when I went out driving, right, I went to Morrison's, and he had a little Puma there, right, in his office with his badge on, right, which that's not security, right? That's admin, yeah. Because a lot of security where we go now are admin, yeah. They're not security. They don't security.
Mechanics anymore. The computer tech
teams. Right. And they was going, oh, you have to wear a mask. It's company policy. I said, I don't work for your fucking company, and I'm exempt. And they said, why you?
You remember when we went to that Mormon's fucking camp? Oh, I nearly lost my shit on there, didn't I?
Yeah, but
when they come out with them fucking SE and fucking masks and expecting me to wrap my fucking finger, you can get fucked, dickhead.
Right, this little fucking he said, right, it's company policy. Well, I don't work for your company policy. I don't work for your company.
No,
right? I work for this company, right? And I'm exempt. Yeah. And they went, well, why are you exempt? And I went, you can't ask me why I'm exempt. And he went, well, what have you got an exemption certificate? I said, I don't have to have an exemption certificate. Have a look on the government website. I said, do you want me to get you the page up? I got the page up and I went, there you go. I'm exempt and you can't discriminate against me. Right? So if you continue with this line of fucking idiocy, right? This video that I'm recording will go to court with me and you will fucking get me $5,000. I will fucking claim $5,000 off you. But fucking
it's all. The thing is, in my opinion, it's about when someone tries to control you and dictate and tell you what you can and can't do. You've got to reverse that and make it very clear, nip it in the bud early, and take control of the whole situation and tell them how it is. And that's kind of how I went on for 3 years. Queuing outside of shops and all that bollocks. I never queued outside the shop.
They wouldn't allow me to go on a bus unless I had a mask on. I'm like, well, I'll fucking walk then because I'm not getting on a fucking bus with a mask on.
This is how I run my life. I don't let people tell me what they think they've got the power over me. I just basically say, fuck off. And when you're fucked off, fuck off again and keep on fucking off until you get to the end of the road, mate. Come back.
Get the fuck off mountain and fuck off some more.
Yeah.
Because one of the bus drivers turned around to me, because I turned around and said I had anxiety and that. He's like, well, that doesn't stop you from wearing a mask, does it? I was like, yeah, it fucking does.
See,
he's like, well, how does it?
Again, no disrespect.
There's still people today in Liverpool City Centre wearing masks.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah.
I've seen couples driving down the motorway with, sat next to each other, mask and mate, you can't ride. But just go back to what Steve said there, and again, I'm not just aiming it at you, Steve. But that minute you enter that conversation with them and ask why, rather than just say no, you've got two options, right? Let's use a retail unit for example. Everyone's queuing outside the shop. There's these guidelines or laws or whatever it is you want to make up, and they're saying you've got to queue, you've got to keep 2 meters apart. And I'm saying to you, no, I'm coming in. You've got two options. You can withdraw my invitation into that premises, and then I'm not allowed in. Yeah. Or you can allow me in, mask or no mask. It's not happening. You know what I mean? I never comply to any of it, and I wouldn't.
Morrison's by ours, you had a massive queue. It was like a snake, and you were standing next to each other, like face to face. If you went round, I said to the person, "What's that? It's supposed to be 2 meters. You're saying it's 2 meters away, but if you was in the queue, it was like a big snake going like round." So I said to him, that's fucking pointless. I said, you say the 2 meters, well, the 2 meters apart from the one in front of you. But you're not 2 fucking meters apart from the one beside you. I used to just walk in, and loads of times I used to say to him, listen, he used to look at me. The first time, I said, mate, you come anywhere near me. As soon as I'm in a threat, I'm going to fucking hit you. You go, I'm going to get you done for assault. And when you do that, and then when I come from the police station, I'm going to come back here again and fucking do you again. And then you get me done again. Every time you get me done, I'm going to come back and fucking do you. After that, I just walk through. Because the law they were, they were saying Hitlers. That's all they were. You had 40, you had power over you. And if you give them an inch, you should take a yard.
Yeah,
100%, 100%.
It gives people with no power, right? And they went fucking power mad, right? What we have to do, because everybody on here, everybody we know are all awake, right? And what we need to do is just not do whatever they fucking say, right? And we have the law on our side, because it's even fucking been
said the law and not the police is a different.
It was guidance and it wasn't a law, right? Even that with Boris Johnson, I followed the guidance. Yeah, not I didn't break the law or I followed the law. It was the guidance. None of them will actually say they have fucking broken the law of a broken.
But look at Matt Hancock. He was groping his fucking missus, been on the side in his office. Oh, he never broke any laws. It was just guidelines. But I could have shoved my been on the side. Told to them.
Is it Birmingham or fucking Bradford? But they've got one of these low fucking admission zones, whatever they call them. Yule's in London and something else in. Right,
oh, yeah, clean air
zone, it's rather Bradford or Birmingham. I can't remember. But they're just not paying. They're not paying the fucking fines, and the council just said, "Oh, we'll just write it off." So certain people are just saying, "No, you can fuck off."
Well, first of all,
there's nothing they can do because there's no law, right? The Road Traffic Act says you have to pay for your road tax. Yeah, right. To use the roads, you have to be insured to use the roads. It has to be fucking. You have to have a driving license, right? And all these things cost fucking money. And then a local council comes up and says, "Fuck it, right? We want a pay rise this year." It's got nothing to do with the climate. That is going through a natural change because that is what the world's done by. Because we used to be covered in ice, and it wasn't the cavemen fucking cooking fucking burgers in a cave that caused the ice caps to melt all over the world, was it? It's the world's gone through a natural change, right?
The thing is, to me, I think it comes down to like your personal strength and how much you're willing to play them against the system. Yeah, like so if we go back into, I think it was the first year of lockdown where Swifty well, he literally within a week went downhill. He had a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
They wanted him to mask up, test, and all that. They knew he knew it was. I think it was his fourth he had, and he completely refused point blank. I'm not having a test. I'm not wearing the mask. I'm not complying to your bollocks. You can send me home. I'll have a heart attack. And he was prepared. And this is as true as I say it now. Well, he'll tell you if you haven't already heard him say it for himself. He was prepared to have that heart attack, go on and die, rather than comply to their rules. Right now, I get not everyone has got that. I personally probably wouldn't. I might sit here and say I would, but no. I suppose life or death over a mask. I don't know. I wasn't in that situation. I take my hat off to him for doing it, and many others that have done it. Then there's obviously others that have waited years for surgery. They complied just to get it done. And I get it if you're in pain and you need it. And I get all that. But as soon as they come out and say, oh, well, you've got to stay 2 meters away. You've got to wash your hands, right? You've got to wear these masks, these shields, sit home, save lives and all that. Whilst they're sat in the same fucking bin, chatting shit, all on their mobile phones, taking the piss out of us. Yeah. But I mean, like my point is, it depends how far you're willing to take it. And like some people like Dave, they're willing to take it all the way. John's just said he keeps himself to himself. He's exempt. It doesn't matter. It is what it is for him, and I understand that as well.
You're asthmatic.
Yeah. Well, I was just exempt from their bollocks.
Yeah. We're all exempt from their bollocks, right?
Yeah.
Certain people, right, that will always just fucking go with the flow, right? And them are the ones that's letting the fucking idiots fuck up the rest of the fucking sensible people.
Yeah. And that's
like when I watch John Campbell, Dr. John Campbell, right? He trained doctors and nurses and stuff like that, and he knows what he's on about, right? And when it first started, he went with what they were saying. But now he's saying, right, and he's getting people on that are saying, listen, right, this vaccine is killing people, right? Yeah. And some of the words he uses, I don't know what he's on about, but I get the gist of it, but I don't know what the fucking hell he's on about.
Well, what's he on about, Dave, is that a virus doesn't want to kill its host. Because the whole idea of a virus is to survive. A virus will get less powerful and potent as time goes by. Because if the virus kills all its hosts, then the virus will die.
Yeah. A virus needs its host to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. The virus, the idea of a virus, right? It wants to get embedded in there and it wants to live.
Yeah. They don't want to kill people.
It don't want to kill its host, right? And if you watch what we watch and you understand what's going on, we've always understood what's going on. I've never said when there was going on about vaccine, I'm not having a vaccine, I'm not locking up, I'm not wearing a fucking mask, right? I'm just going to get on with fucking life. All right, the pub shop, but I don't go to the pub a lot now anyway. I'd rather have a fucking drink here with you lot on a fucking Saturday night.
Yeah, fucking safe at home.
I take my hat off to any landlady now that's still currently running a pub after the 3 years they had. I take my hat off to them because I mean they had it tough. They really did. I mean, remember the time when we were told that you had to stay 2 meters apart and you couldn't go inside to eat, but you could sit outside, but in a temporary inside next to each other. Yeah. From that moment on, I thought, what? So we could sit outside on a bench with a fucking plastic dome around us all together, but we can't sit inside and eat because COVID will kill us, mate. You've lost me.
Right. And you go off, right? Because COVID knew exactly the fucking time. Yeah.
COVID's very clever.
Yeah. Very clever. Yeah. Listen, right? There's idiots out there that fell for it, right? And I feel sorry for them. Anybody who took that fucking poison, I feel sorry for them.
They're on number 5, them, Aldi. 5 vaccinations now.
Right.
What I can't stand
he
now,
thought
though,
they were
is
doing the right thing, so you can't take it out on them. They was lied to. It was all lied to.
Right. I do feel sorry for them. Right.
They lied to us from the
People like
beginning. Said it's going to stop
stands up
the spread.
and puts this to Parliament, everybody gets up and leaves.
Sorry,
Because they know that they have lied, they have fucking corrupted the fucking way people think. Right.
See, honestly, I can't say for those adults out there that have taken the jab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 next year, whatever. That's up to them. I wouldn't fall out with them because they've had a jab. Now, a lot of people expect you, if you're unjabbed, you can't get on with the jab. That is absolutely mental, and that I would never work like that. But I don't feel sorry for those adults that are able to do their research that are taking it. What I do feel sorry for is their children. That they've made, they've put those children in that place and said, right, go on, you're having this jab. And they've got no say in the matter. Those adults that are suffering now, unfortunately, well, you could have done your research. Not all, but, the majority. There's children out there that have suffered or died, and they've had no choice because their parents have chucked them in those vaccine centres and said, here you go, you're having 1, 2, and your booster.
Exactly. How many kids are sterilised now? How many kids have they sterilised? Or they can get pregnant, but they're going to have stillbirths. My daughter, who was in care, she thought she was doing the right thing to protect other people because she listened to the fucking social services and shit like that and the news, right? I know that my daughter probably won't be able to have a kid. Never have a kid, right? Now we've got shitloads of grandkids, so and we don't want any more because it costs a fucking fortune at Christmas.
But it's still not fair on her.
It's not fair on her.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was
our government. They're paid to fucking govern the country. Yeah. They're not paid to rule over us. So what we need to do is not listen to these fucking wankers and then vote for independence. Right?
But yeah, there is that way. And I've always, I've said it from literally the start of COVID. I think the easiest way, there's no good taking to the streets. It doesn't work. It's proven it doesn't work. It's just become a piss up, if you like.
Yeah.
You just need to stop funding them. Take their money away. Don't pay your council tax. If the roads are shit, don't pay your tax, your road tax, because they can't, and they will not do us all. Yeah, but you've always got that. Well, when we're together, we'll agree and do that. But when you're separated, if they don't do it, then I'm not going to do it, and there's your problem. And you get 50% that are willing to. And
have you seen what Don's put?
I collect trainer. What about the trainers?
Yeah.
The trainers, and every pair I bought during COVID, they give me it. Yeah, well, there was people out there making thousands on these masks. So have your football team on them? Have your favorite cartoon? Have your what? Yeah, it's mental. But,
right. The government they're looking at government now because they've paid for fucking PPE that was fucking flawed. Yeah, and we're paying millions of pounds a year to store it. Yeah, because it's shit. You can't use it. Yeah,
well, it's no good. It doesn't do nothing.
No, for PPE that want even if they said it was hospital fucking standard and it was perfectly safe and it fucking won. We now can't send it back. We've paid for it. Now we're fucking storing it and it's costing us £1 million a year.
Sorry, Bobby.
What the fuck?
It's crazy. But like you say, it's just down to control, isn't it? And whether how far you're willing to listen, comply, whether you're not. I remember myself and Donna going down to London, wasn't it?
With a woman from Sage a couple of weeks ago, and everything what Sage just said, like mad cow disease, swine flu, they got the predictions wrong constantly. I said to her, I said, if I take my car to a garage to fix the brakes and turn out the brakes failed, I would go back to that garage again, would you?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be over 5 million people. You should have died of COVID.
Well, like I was saying, if you go and look at John Campbell, right? There's been a report from
stay there, Bobby. Don't go.
ELF, right? The ELF body that fucking lets the fucking vaccine say it's safe, right?
Oh, yeah.
And this, when the vaccine, 2 months after the vaccine came out, this document has come out, right? And they knew the vaccine was unsafe. They knew they had done all the tests. Yeah.
Well,
it's very interesting. You've got to look at him, right? You've got to look at him. Some of his videos are long, and you will understand some of the words he's saying, but you'll get the gist. And this is from Pfizer.
He does it all. He's got it all on paper as well.
Yeah.
So he's using the paper and he marked it up and fucking writes notes down so you
And
can
also,
understand.
he told us that the vaccine.
When
he also told us the vaccine was supposed to stop the spread, and if you take the vaccine, you could go back to normal. Oh shit.
Yeah, well, he delves in deeper into it, right? Because he's trained and he has biologists and fucking immunologists and all them fucking immunologists on, right? Yeah. And he will only put in what's published by fucking scientists. He's just not going to sit there and say, oh, well, this is bollocks and that's bollocks. Because he was actually, right, when it first started, he was giving information that the government was information and trying to get everybody on board, right? And then it's changed, right? And now he thinks it's fucking diabolical. You can see the change in his videos. But this report by the Australian fucking set of idiots that fucking let it go, yeah, the vaccine roll, yeah, it is fucking unbelievable. They knew that this vaccine was fucking bollocks. They've put all the information, and a lot of this has been redacted.
When
right?
The vaccine was voluntary, right? There's nothing voluntary about making people have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jabs, and constantly texting. And I mean, I had shitloads of messages on my phone from my doctor saying, I'll come for your COVID vaccine. Mind you, I've had it for my flu jab. I've never had my flu jab.
I've never had any jabs at all.
But I just want to, where's that? When you've got this, look at this. I mean, let's remember.
You're quite emotional about that. Well, it's just, it's been such a tough year for so many people, and there's William Shakespeare putting it so simply for everybody that, we can get on with our lives. And
the syringe drug is to deliver medication, particularly things like midazolam and morphine. Do you have any precautions put in place to make sure we have enough of those medications to be delivered? Yes.
What's in the driver? She said, it's morphine and midazolam. I said, right. She said, what it's for? She said, it's to help his respiratory system take the oxygen in. And I knew that midazolam inhibits that.
That's right.
But the nurses just didn't want to know, really. It was like as if they were going through some sort of protocol.
Yeah.
Everything was matter of fact. And even the consultant said to us, it comes from
above. They have no right to decide whether someone should live or die. If you die, you die. You don't die because someone's helped you along. Isn't that murder?
Right.
asking me.
That fucking drug, they use it in America, don't they? A lot. Right?
Yeah. Well, they used
use
to.
it in America, right? That has killed more fucking people. That is a euthanasia drug.
Yeah.
Right? You mix that and morphine together and inject it, right? It's going to kill you.
They used to give it to people on the death penalty, and that's how they fucking died. But it's like,
It's a it's one of the drugs they use to fucking voluntarily kill people.
Yeah. Well, just Donna's just sent me a message I've seen, and actually, Donna, it was on my list of to-dos tonight, actually, because I seen exactly that. So moving on quickly before we go, this is what I come across tonight.
There's been a lot of concern following some high-profile attacks on women. But yes, this does offer greater protection, but also ensures that they feel safer on our streets. Now, sexual harassment is already a crime in England and Wales, but what this proposal does is go further and ensure that it would be an offence for somebody to be targeted on our streets based on their gender. And it includes some very specific actions like catcalling and making obscene gestures, blocking somebody's pathway. Now, of course, anybody could be found guilty of this. It is designed to make women feel safer. What it also does, though, is ensures that the sentence is made tougher. So under this proposal, it would go from being 6 months to 2 years. Now, Greg Clark, a former Conservative minister, has made this proposed change to the law. Today it went unopposed in the House of Commons. Now it will go to the House of Lords. It does have government backing, so what that means is that it is almost certain now to become law. In the Commons today, Mr Clark said that it was an historic day. He actually said as well when he concluded that he was astonished that this was not already law.
No, this ain't going to get fucking abused at all, is it?
If that was a man, right, that had said that on national TV about women, or should we say, left the women out, like, because she just said it's going to go from 6 months to 2 years, yeah, for to protect these women.
And who are the ones that are going to suffer this? Will be working white men, because I bet you they don't fucking arrest any of the others.
Sorry, say that again.
It's all going to be working white men as well that end up in fucking jail, because I bet you any money, like everything else, they will not arrest any of the others at risk of being called racist.
Too scared of them. They can't handle them. They can't handle it. Meanwhile, I mean, you got plenty. Oh, man, the world's gone crazy. Don's just sent me this. He bought a pair of trainers and made sure he was protected. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, man.
And he asks me. Do you know what I mean? Then you got. I come across this today. I mean, whatever next. I thought I'd seen it all until this. Look. It's just fucking weird.
You'll fit right in there, you will.
You need to be getting in there with them.
I think dildo Debbie needs to get in there, don't you, Matt?
I think so. And then if that ain't enough, you've got this.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go.
This is an emergency broadcast from the BBC. On behalf of His Majesty's government, information of a possible nuclear strike against this country has been received, meaning an attack is imminent. Stay tuned, stay calm.
Oh my, it's just fucking ridiculous.
What's going on there? What's going on? Hey, listen, right?
They've just cut the live because
we're coming up to the 2 hours, right? It's been great. Thank you all for joining us, right? Yeah.
I'm going to purposely go out and wolf whistle when that gets through. You know that, don't you?
I mean, Donald Trump's
I'm
on one,
getting
isn't he?
so I can wolf whistle at him every fucking couple of seconds. You watch. I'll record it and put it on TikTok and all just to be a cunt.
Oh, Donald Trump had something to say. I see that he's saying that he could end all this, can he? And
yeah,
he's going to blow someone up.
The Chinese have come out with a peace plan, right?
The Chinese have.
Yeah, the Chinese have. They've come out with a peace plan. Russia are willing to do it. The fucking Ukrainian psychopathic lunatic who's only got green t-shirts is prepared to do it. And you know why they're not going to do it? Because President Biden says no. What the fuck, right? As President Biden,
with him.
is that not anything to do with the corruption of taking money?
Well,
yeah.
Did you see where Biden wants to take me to the back of the barn? Me. He wants it. I'd love that. I'd love that. Mr. Tough Guy. You know, he's Mr. Tough Guy. You know when he's Mr. Tough Guy? When he's standing behind a microphone by himself. That's when he's... He wants to bring me to the back of the barn. Oh. Some things in life you could really love doing.
I'd love to see a fuck between Trump.
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.
Yeah. I'd love to see them two cunts in a boxing match, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Biden
Fucking Trump, and Biden will go down like a sack of spuds.
Be a lot of fake tan everywhere, that's for sure. But me, I mean, if there was ever a shortage on fake tan, he'd be worried, wouldn't he?
No, but did you notice during COVID he did get a lot lighter?
Yeah.
And he did look well for it.
Be careful what you say.
Anyway,
it's a strange world.
Yeah.
I didn't always falling over all the time.
We've done 2 hours, mate.
Right. We love you all. Thank you for joining us.
We
See
love you
next
all.
week.
Go see the Breakfast Live
Yeah.
Monday.
Good night.